Hi, I'm CJ Ellison, and today we're going to go over the compare contrast between having a page and having a profile, and what are the advantages with each one, and why I think as an author it's important that you have both. Okay, first off, we're on my personal profile right now. You can see because of the timeline, and there are some other tabs here on Facebook that the personal profiles have. This is not nearly what you can do with a business page, where a business page you can focus more on your books and on your work and how you want to steer a reader toward learning more about you, which I think is, in one essence, even more important than a website, because people are more active on Facebook than they are just, zooming around the internet trying to find you. Okay, one of the downsides with posts on your personal profile is you can promote one. You can pay for it right here where it says promote. Tell friends this post is important. All right, well, let's think about this. I've got 1,600 friends and I'm going to pay to promote to that very small audience. I don't think that's the best way to do it. Okay, right now they're asking me for my credit card information and it would cost me $7 to promote my latest post. And it says that when you do any post that you promote, it says it's going to be marked as sponsored. Well, that tells your friends right there that it's an ad, that you have somehow paid for it to be shown in their news feeds. Whereas if you're posting on the business page and you promote something and you pay for that post to show up in a news feed or on the sidebar, obviously on the sidebar, it over here to the right, if it shows up, it's very obvious if it's an ad. If it shows up in the news feed, it's not quite as obvious. It doesn't say that it looks like, that it's an absolute ad. Right now I'm scrolling down mine. Here's one, suggested post, like page. This is really interesting. This is a new feature that Facebook has just done where they allow you to like the page right in here. Now, my friend Ruth, she has shared something funny. And from it, I can like the page. This is not promoted, but look at all these people who've done it. Ruth isn't paying for that. Whoever Kansas City Channel 9 News, they've posted something that's pretty funny and people are passing it around just like Ruth did. I don't see anything here that says on here that it is a sponsored post, but I do know that when I pay for something to show up in a news feed, it's showing up here. Not the same in the comparison as if you were to pay to have it show up on your personal profile. Having a personal profile as an author is important if you want to interact in groups or interact in an event. Your business page can attend an event and actually post right on a existing thread. Remember how we talked about if someone makes a comment, if someone does a post or an update and everyone comments or replies below it, that's considered to be a conversation thread. Okay, right here you can see this is a recent event that I did for a release of a book that came out in June. Jessa Slade here is attending as her profile. But, and so you can tell it's a profile because let me do this again, it says down here 118 mutual friends. But over here she was smart enough to tag her author page. And it tells me now 28 of my friends like this. It's her page and I have liked the page. This is important because if Jessa had just attended my party and she had made a comment in an existing thread, like this one by Suzanne Johnson, if she had made a comment down here, it could show up like it was coming from her author page, assuming she's using Facebook as her author page at the time. We'll go over that in class so that you understand which voice you're using when you're on Facebook. But in order to participate in an event, you have to join an event. Right here it says going. If it didn't say going, it would say join as one of the buttons. You have to join an event as a personal profile to be able to post on the wall directly. So let me just recap. Jessa can comment on an existing thread as her author page, but she cannot post in the group or on the event unless she's doing it as her profile. So that if you don't have both, it would really cut down your interaction with readers. As I said before, the drawbacks with a page are that you can't join a group on Facebook and you cannot directly post on an event wall. So it would be important to have the author page. As a workaround, if you happen to be using a pen name and you've read the Facebook guidelines that state if you create a profile, Facebook has the option to delete it at any time with no notice. And that makes a lot of people nervous. Why spend a lot of time building this up if they're only going to take it away? A workaround with that is I legally own this pen name, CJ Ellison. My married name is a very unique name that I wanted to protect my kids based on the content of what I write. So when I wanted to create the Facebook page and profile, I read their guidelines and I fictitious name with one of the companies I have, and I can have a credit card with it, and I can have bank accounts for it, debit cards, whatever I need, all with my pen name. So it's really nice to be able to work in both like that, and it gets around the Facebook requirement of is it a fake name? Well, no, it's not a fake name because I've legally registered it with my county and my state. So when you were promoting posts on a actual business page, there are several ways to do it. We'll go over it extensively in the advertising course about the section of the course about how to advertise. But the variety of what you can do here, as opposed to you can have an ad here on the right hand side or have it promoted in someone's news feed, is a lot better than trying to promote a post through the profile. When you are sharing something that has a lot of funny content to it, like let me scroll down here. I recently did this this picture, rearrange these letters to form words. Obviously, they all look like dirty words, but this word is supposed to be spine and then subtext. It got a ton of shares, and that really upped the I'm not sure if you pronounce it as virality because it's viral, virality, so it upped the virality of the post. Whereas if you're doing it with your personal profile, you're really limited because the personal profile, yes, it's going to go viral and it's going to go everywhere, but you're then directing people back to your personal profile where they're going to see pictures of your cat and whatever you ate for lunch. It would be much better to be able to direct people back to your business page where you can have all these nifty landing pages. Well, they're actually called tabs, all these nifty landing tabs that you can have set up. I don't want to take too much time and go through these extensively, but let's just say that this start here, it links all of the places that I have connections with on Facebook, so that if a reader scrolls through this and they see that I've got a street team, I've got a book club, there's a page devoted just to my titles, I've got free downloads I can do here, I've got my interviews and radio spots that I've got, and a discussion forum. A lot of these applications are free, and I'm going to go over how to use them and which are the best ones to use later on in the class. But it gives you an idea that this is a better limitation, or I should say better usage than the limitation of what's on these little spots right here, these tabs right here. Yes, in the more section we have things like places, music, movies, TV shows, books. Books is the only one I really think is relevant, but I can't put all of my books in there. I've tried it, and I think they have to be listed someplace else first. I haven't quite worked out all the bugs on that one, but I've got a couple of the books listed. But here on my business page, I can have everything showcased. As an example, people have talked about Booksy, which I know is a good one to use. I use PageModo, and I have been able to put every single one of my book covers. So here we have my my book tab that uploads. It has all the covers of my book. It has convenient buy links down here, a link here where they can go to read the chapter directly on Facebook. This was part of that free reads tab that you saw earlier, that they can go and they can download this free short story in half of book one right from Facebook. There is an option where if I wanted to pay, I could find out exactly how many people have downloaded everything, but it's a very expensive service, so I use their free option. And again, I will go over that in the app's usage. In closing, I just want to state that whether you are more comfortable with interacting on Facebook as a profile and haven't tried using a page yet, or if you do have a page but you don't have a profile with your pen name, that I do think you need to research every option, go over the stuff that I've shown you here, and then decide to get both, because if you're taking the class, you're going to need to be able to have everything available to you, and it means you need to have your profile set up and you need to have your author page set up before you start the class. Thanks very much, and I'm looking forward to the course. Hope to see you all soon.